Good to see you again today on my testimony. I am Pastor Grace Donald and welcome to Grace Channel. Thank you all for your likes, for sharing my videos, and then for your subscriptions, most especially for your subscriptions. I appreciate you all. May God bless you all. So, we are continuing on my testimony today, and the last testimony is still there. Please go check it out if you haven't. It was titled My Superhero Mother. Okay, today I'm continuing my story. So if you want to hear the story of my life, come around and hear it from my own mouth. All right, God has been faithful, and I've decided to use this testimony train to be a blessing to the world. I know that my testimony will help somebody, and that's why I'm doing this. So if you have a testimony you want the world to hear, you know will be a blessing to somebody, will lift the faith of somebody, will encourage somebody, feel free to call me, to text me, to write me, and then we'll share your testimony on this same channel under the program My Testimony. All right, so growing up as a child, I didn't grow up in a rich family. My father had so many opportunities that would have made him one of the rich men in town. But unfortunately, devourers, siphoning forces did not allow us enjoy that. I remember growing up as a child, there were seasons in our lives that, in short, there was a particular time, yes, every planting season. I remember every planting season that my dad would suddenly lose his job. And then we have to go to the village to help cultivate a farm for grandma. After cultivation, weeding and everything. Then when it's just close to harvesting, suddenly daddy will just get a job again. And then we'll go back to the city, and leave all the harvesting, all that we have labored for another person to enjoy. But as a Christian, we have overcome that. The Bible says that you will not sow for another person to reap. So if you are still the type that is sowing for another person to reap, it's time to break out of it. And it's only God that can help you break out of it. We broke out of it, and then we are beginning to enjoy the fruit of our labor. We discovered that every time it was planting season, such a thing would just happen. And it was happening like every year. And then we have to go back to the village, go do a lot of labor, and then come back before we start enjoying the fruit of the labor again. And then when my mommy decides to go back to reap some of these things that we planted, trouble comes. Trouble comes. Grandma has to dictate where she can touch and where she cannot touch and all that, And then my dad seamless, like that. So those are some of the troubles we went through, to the extent that my mom had to start a trade to avoid us running from village to city, and then affecting our education and all that. So she started a trade to help out. So we'll have to be doing that so that if daddy loses a job, at least his own trade can, support and back us up. And then as a young child, I remembered having to help mommy with all sorts of petty trades. We started from selling. What did we not sell? What did I not hawk? I sold rice, raw rice, in a basin, a bowl, and carry it on our head and hawk and sell. I sold beans. I remember that. I sold gari. I remember that. I sold bread. About the last of it, I sold moi moi. Oh God, if you taste mommy's moi moi, my mother's moi moi, you love it. In short, you will testify that Jesus is Lord. My mother sold moi moi, and it was a wonderful experience for us, helping her to hawk and all that. So we sold that just to support the family and all that. So, so as a mother, as a woman that is going through a lot of issues in our home, financial issues, you don't need to fold your hands. You have to help out. You have to find something to do, and whatever your hand finds doing, do it well, and God will bless it for you. Hallelujah. So we have to go through that to support ourselves as we are growing up. And then I remember also a very bad circle that I experienced before I gave my life to Christ as a child. Every festive season, Christmas season to be specific, you know how Christmas is celebrated in Nigeria. You know, we have to, you know, it may be the only time of the year that you eat a very good meal, you know, like eat chicken. Maybe the only time of the year that you eat chicken, eat cow meat or goat meat and all that. So, and then it may be the only time of the year that you have to wear new clothes, you know, for us. So Christmas celebration was a big one for us as children, because the whole season of Christmas went with a lot of other events, like the Christmas for the Christians, then the Igwe festival for those that grew up in those are my tribe, Bini tribe. And that Igwe festival was for the unbelievers anyway. Those were the traditional worshippers. Okay, so because my dad wasn't born again then, we used to join him to do that Igwe festival. And then the New Year celebration also. So it was like 3 celebrations in that December season. So it was a big celebration for us as children. And it was a time that you wear your new clothes and go out visiting. And mommy made sure of that. Yes, there are times that daddy could not afford new clothes for us, but thank God that mommy was into petty trades and we were all helping out. So we are sure of new clothes every year. And my mom made sure that even when daddy does not have money for new clothes for us, mommy made sure we wear new clothes. So thank you, mommy, for that. So I had an issue then when I was growing up. Every festive season like that, I will have one issue, one accident or the other that will not allow me enjoy this festive season. Growing up as a child, I remember, I'll mention two vivid ones. There was one Christmas celebration that I had to go, okay, I had to fetch water from the neighborhood. I took this 20-liter jerry can to fetch water, and after fetching the water, and somebody helped me, people helped me to balance it on my head, thinking that they balanced it well. They removed their hands and left, and as they were just removing their hands, the jerry can fell off. In a bit to hold it not to fall off my head, it fell on my hand. I think it was this hand, or was this? I can't remember. I gave it a long time now as a child. So it fell on my hand, and then I got a dislocation of this hand. I went home sleeping because of the pain. I was young. Mommy was in the market, you know. Mommy was in the market, and by the time she came back and saw me sleeping, you know, it's unusual to see a child sleeping when others are playing. When a child is in one place, in one spot, even as a mother, now I understand something must be wrong, because the usual child, the normal child, will be jumping up and down, playing around the house. So mommy came, and then when she touched my hand, oh, the pain woke me up. And then she noticed that it was all swollen. She wanted to find out, why would it be sleeping at this hand? What is the matter? And then she saw that the hand was all swollen. And then the pain of trying to put it back into its place, the traditional means, traditional way, whoosh, it wasn't a good experience. And then, with all the bandage in my hand and having to carry my hand like this, I could not go visiting neighbors. That's the usual thing we do during Christmas. Visit neighbors, visit friends, visit family members. They give you food, give you drink, give you sweets, you know, give you money, and then we share the money together in the end. I don't know if you ever had that experience. So, this accident now stopped me from enjoying this thing that we do as children during the Christmas celebration season. And it wasn't just the first Christmas. Another Christmas, I also had another experience like that. This particular one was even very close to the Christmas. I think, yes, I stepped on a nail, and it pierced my leg so bad. And a neighbor that thought she was helping me, you know, through the traditional way to heal the leg, put hot cutlass inside hot fire, eve of New Year. To heat the cutlass very hot, and then use it to eat the leg, my leg, you know, thinking that they've been doing it for others and it works for others anyway. But when they use that cutlass to eat my leg, oh boy, the next morning the leg swelled up, and it was New Year Day, so I couldn't even wear my shoe, let alone going for visitation or enjoying all the New Year and Christmas thing. So I always had this ordeal during Christmas season, but that ended and broke when I gave my life to Christ, when I met Jesus, or when Jesus met me. All right. So it was a glorious transformation. Imagine a child. Christmas is something to look forward to, and then I don't get to enjoy it for one reason or the other. It was something that was reoccurring. But the Lord broke that for me, and I started enjoying my Christmas celebration. All right. So growing up as a child, I had that ordeal, but God saved me from it. And thereafter, it was even in one of these Christmas periods, this Christmas celebration period, that I was at home alone, and I heard the sound of music coming from a nearby church. The church just started that same day. I didn't even know that. But I heard the sound from the neighbor staying at home, not going out to visit. I was in just after eating my Christmas rice. And then I heard the sound. I got up and carried myself to the church. And then that was how I started the church. I didn't even know that the church started that same day. That was how I started the church. And that was my church all through my stay in Benin till I came to Europe. And that's Believers Ministries. And that was where I grew in faith and all that. My first experience, my first encounter with Christ was in my primary school. When I was in primary school, my primary school was right opposite my house. Then we were still tenants. It was right opposite my house. I attended Owina Primary School. So towards the end of my primary school, I was the assistant head girl of my school. I've always been into leadership by God's grace, by God's favor. Right from when I was a child, I've always been called into this leadership thing. So I was the assistant head girl of my school. And in my primary 6, just before I left secondary school, I had an encounter with God. And a genuine encounter, you know, whenever a child of God has, anybody that has a genuine encounter with God will remain in faith for long. Nothing shakes you. That was the kind of encounter I had with God. And it was from the book of Acts. I had an encounter from the book of Acts. The story of the Acts of Apostles, how they stayed together in one accord, you know, sharing things in common, and praying together, studying together, sharing, you know. That was the first encounter I had with the word. I read that portion of the Bible and light broke forth into my life. And with that portion of the Bible alone, I was able to start a school fellowship in my primary school. Yes, just that alone. And I took that during break period in school, primary school then. I gathered my friends around, discussed Bible, we prayed together, we sing, and then we share our food, the food that we brought to school to eat during break, or the little money that we have to buy something during break. Whenever we buy, we bring it together, we share it in common, just as it was in the days of the Acts of the Apostles. So that was how I started this ministry, this Christian life thing. That was where it started from. And it was a glorious encounter. Outside that, when we were preparing for our school leaving certificates, that's why it was called the primary school leaving certificate to secondary school. We were coming together during weekends and during the holidays for extra lectures and all that in preparation for our examination. Then I started also a drama group in my school. And then, you know, people that have seen me in drama and the rest, you know where it started from. Right from my primary school, I gathered my friends and we used to act at Jaguar. Then Jaguar was a program on television then in Benin. We go to school, we act at Jaguar. And I used to play the role of a man. I played probably because I grew up in the midst of men and all that, so I would dress like a man. So if you have seen me act drama, those in my church in Benin, Believers, they've seen me act severally as a man, even though I'm a woman. So I'll just package up, and then I was not really busted, so I can package up, and then you will not even know that I'm a woman acting a man's part. So it was from primary school then. We act parts, act drama, you know, just fellowship together. It was a glorious experience. So that was where we started from, and from then God has been building on us. So that was how I started church, and starting church, I participated in the children's church, the choir, the children's choir, everything that has to do with children. I participated, I attended, I got baptized even as a little child. Then that was in the early stage of my junior secondary school anyway. I also got Holy Ghost feed with the evidence of speaking in tongues right there in my church. They're very close to my house then. That was the beginning, the first venue, the first place that the church started, you know. So I got Holy Ghost feed there too, and then the experience has been beautiful all the way. It has been from glory to glory, from glory to glory. So as a child, I want you to know, and as a parent, I want you to know that it's not too early for your child to have an encounter with God. When a child has an encounter with God, it's easier for them. The Bible says, teach them the way they should go, and when they grow old, they will not depart from it. Any child that has an encounter with God will never depart from it. We continue to serve God, and you can see from my life that I'm still in it. I'm still growing. I'm still getting better from glory to glory. So catch them young. So I'm tightening this my testimony. Catch them young. God caught me young. He came to me at a very tender age. If he had not come to me at that age, my family, father's house, mother's house, was a very fetish family. I'm sure that they would have organized idolatry for me by themselves, because they were that kind of people that would say, oh, you're of age now. Now let's create one small God for you to be serving. Even as children, yes. But before they could go to that stage, God caught me before they came in. So because they didn't have opportunity to catch me to themselves, so many of them decided to throw arrows. But because I was under the canopy of God, I was shielded. So those arrows of affliction that was coming during Christmas period, God cut them off. And every other thing that they were planning to use my young life to do, God cut it off. So because I was hiding under God. My mom, before I finally started this encounter with God, had taken us to so many churches, in a bid to hide us from the afflictions of darkness and from the arrows that were flying from left, right, center. You understand? So she had taken us to CAC church. That was then, though we didn't know anything about church then. So when we go to church, then we just watch drama of people that say, the Holy Spirit's upon me now, and then they will jump upon tables and jump and scatter chairs and then prophesy. So for us, it was drama. We just watch all the drama. We were excited. But only my mom knew what was going on. Then we were just following out to church to check on the excitement of all the drama that we couldn't watch on TV. And then you see the person displaying, and then when the Holy Spirit leaves them, as they say, then they will not have that. It was a funny experience for us there as children. And then mommy took us to Christ Apostolic Church. Yeah, I enjoyed the children's church there. A lot of children's songs that we learned, a lot of children's Bible stories that we learned. Mom even took us to Deeper Life Church. She was just trying to hide us, looking for where she can meet with God to hide all our children and keep all of us safe. So we attended Deeper Life Church also until my final bus stop. And I entered Believers Ministries. That was my final bus stop until God started taking me from glory to glory, from places to places. And it was a glorious experience. So, catch your children young. Lead them to God. Pray for them to have an encounter with God. If they do, they will be a blessing to you. They will never disappoint you. They will never bring you shame. They will bring you rest. They will give you peace. So, catch them young. Your child is not too young to serve the Lord. I started serving the Lord from primary school. In short, it was even when I sang in the children's choir that my mama today, my my pastor's wife, Mommy Sarah, saw me sing in the children's church, and from there transferred me to the church choir. It was from children's choir that I entered church choir. So catch them young. When your children start serving God from a young age, they will never deviate. And then when they catch an encounter with the Lord, they will be a blessing to you. It was from there that every other member of my family entered Believers Ministries, where we started from. And today, we are all doing well. And to God be the glory for all that. So if you are a parent, I beg you, lead your children to Christ. Take them to church. Guide them to join in the things you know will interest them in the church. It will give you peace. It will help you out as a parent. May God bless you. You have heard the part of my encounter with God, my first encounter with God. I just started right from primary school. You too can start with God at a tender age. It's not too early. It's not too late. So may God keep you till my next testimony. God bless you and keep having diverse encounters with the Lord and enjoy a glorious and victorious walk with God. Bye.